I'm not a comedian. I'm just fucking bored. Um, I'm also like super self-conscious, in the wrong kind of way. It's like I love attention, so making a video is like the worst thing to do for, if you're a narcissist. 'Cause well, maybe that's obvious. Um, yeah, the situation's pretty horrible. I mean, not really for me so much. I've got it pretty good. You can see well, you can't see much. I'm not going to show you my kitchen counter right now, but um, you know, I'm pretty well holed up inside. Part of that reason is because part of that is because I have one of the listed high risk conditions, which means I have been wearing a mask in public and getting neurotic about what people think about me. While I'm doing so, I have a pretty awesome mask. I think it makes me look like a terrorist of some sort. Not on purpose. It's just what I had from when I tried to smelt myself a cookbook stand out of copper this summer. Um, but like I'm like afraid of stepping on something and getting a splinter right now because I don't want to have to go to the emergency room. Not that a splinter would send me to the emergency room, but things worse. I got a steam burn when I took something out of the oven today. Things are dangerous in here. Um, I got so I I asked Siri. I'm going through my music, and I don't listen to the Beatles a lot, but I was, like I said, 6 weeks in, and I was in the mood for some Beatles, and I said, Siri, play me some Beatles, and she this really happened. She put the song that with that chorus, "Nothing's Gonna Change My World." She put it on repeat. I did not know Siri had a dark sense of humor like that. Um, that was that was actually pretty good. Um, and like I like to have goals, and I was starting to notice that my my butt was starting to feel like I had like hot spots from like sitting too much and like lying down and like trying to find all these ways to not get that. So I set a goal for myself yesterday, which was to stand up as long as possible. And I think I made it like 7 or 8 hours. I was kind of shocked. Like I have a 600 square foot apartment and I just found things to do standing up for almost the whole day. Standing at my computer, doing my budgeting, propped it up and, exciting things like that, folding my clothes. But here I am sitting again because this is sit down comedy or not. I don't know if anybody would agree about it being comedy. It's just kind of where things are at. I took a risk this weekend. I didn't go grocery shopping. I decided to stick with some of the, perhaps I'm not gonna call myself a hoarder because I only have as much toilet paper as I would normally have. But I was able to make it through and make a whole another set of meals without going grocery shopping, and feels like living on the edge. Um, I don't know. Might have to go rectify that. Um, oh yeah, and then so like there's this cat that okay, it's kind of a longer story. So the cat lives in the neighborhood. I've lived here for like 7 years. I live alone. I'm in a first floor apartment. I have a little backyard, fenced, sort of attaches to the other backyards, but there's trees in between. And there's this neighborhood cat who's, for the longest time I thought it was just a stray. I didn't really think it was anybody's. So but really friendly. Would always come up and I'll take my time to pet the cat, before I go in the apartment. Um, I'm allergic-ish, I think. Over the years, I've had some issues, but so I'm never gonna, do much more. I was washing my hands after petting the cat, but this winter it was kind of rainy and cold. It was getting pretty miserable in the fall, kind of early in October and whatnot, and the cat was just like would come running up out of the rain when I come in and just be miserable and meow meow meow. And you pet it for a while, it's all wet, and you got to go inside and leave the thing outside. So I was feeling bad. So after a week or two of thinking about this and just seeing this cat seem like it was so miserable, I ended up buying this thing for it. It's for my backyard. It's like a dog house, but it's a cat house, and it's waterproof, and it's actually got like a heated floor, and I got an extra mat for it, so it's cushy too. Stick this thing in my backyard. For a while, like I couldn't, I tried to get the cat to go in there, coax it, would only stay if I pet it, but after a while, like now it actually like sleeps in there, and I'll like go out in the morning and it'll just like be right there. I'll jump out waiting for me. So, success. But anyway, like so this morning I like flip open my blinds, to get some sunlight in when I'm doing my 10-minute meditation, to try and keep whatever sanity I have intact. And the cat's just sitting there looking at me, and it's like meow, 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 like looking at me. It's like the glass is still a little fogged up from my shower. Maybe you can't quite tell if I'm there, so I'm just like, I'm gonna sit really still. But it's like, whining. And I'm working on boundaries. So I'm like, no, do not let the cat pressure you into like going out there and like doing what the cat wants again. So I just sit there and do my meditation. But then there's this other thing, which is like, which I love, which is that, the first case of tiger just got the coronavirus in the zoo, maybe a lot of tigers. And yet then they're telling us like, but don't worry, because there's no known instance in which the animal can transmit the coronavirus to the people. So don't worry about your pets. But I'm like, isn't that the story of how coronavirus got to people in the first place? So this cat's sitting out there, and I'm like, debating about with my codependents about whether I should go like, pet this cat and like put my life at risk, or whether that's even an issue. Yeah, so that was like my exercise in personal boundaries and or cruelty today. So I think that's all that I have on my mind. Probably gonna, eat some Cheetos and put on a show and lie back and work on a few more Bedsores. So yeah, hope you guys are all doing well out there, and maybe talk to you there. Okay.